There's an old Whitney Houston, Denzel Washington movie called The Preacher's Wife.
Dude,
Fantastic.
my wife every year tries to get me to watch A Preacher's Wife with her. And I've seen it once and I liked it. It was good. But I'm like, when I'm rationing out time for Christmas movies, as much as I like
Right.
A Preacher's Wife, like by the time you get down to like Scrooged and Muppets Christmas Carol, and I mean, like, I just don't know if I can fit in A Preacher's Wife. Sorry, babe.
It's a, it's if you're looking for,
That was for my wife, not for you, Ryan.
If you're looking for Denzel and Whitney Houston, kind of a side love interest with some insane Whitney Houston singing, it is spectacular. Welcome back, you filthy animals, to the Daily Thunder podcast. We're getting close to Christmas, and you know who we've got with us. It's Brandon Rabar, Daily Thunder beat writer. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Referencing my number one Christmas movie of all time
I
off.
thought it might
Yeah.
be.
Did you know it was my number one?
I thought it might be. I had a feeling.
Yeah,
You're a man of class and code, so I figured Home Alone 1 would be at the top.
it is absolutely at the top. Honorable mentions go to A Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, and Elf. But Home
Mm.
Alone, nothing gets me in the mood for Christmas like Home Alone. Like the music, I mean, it's hilarious, of course, and all those things, but it's just like the perfect Christmas movie to me.
I'm also a big fan of the second one.
I am too, especially the Bird Lady.
Yes.
It's clearly part one and then part two. I haven't even seen the other ones. Like I can't watch a Home Alone movie without Macaulay Culkin. It's not a Home Alone movie if there's no Kevin McAllister.
I grew up watching the third one a good amount as well, and it is very entertaining, obviously different kid, but 1 and 2 awesome. Speaking of awesome, 122 101. Oklahoma City over the Clippers in a double win. Gosh, nothing gets Brandon going like a double win for the Thunder. The Clippers lose, just sweetening that draft pick a little extra at the hands of another Thunder win. They're 25th of the season, now 25 and 2. Last time we talked, they were 24 and 1. So they have lost a game since the last time we chatted. And a really nice bounce back win. Just wanted to get your initial thoughts on the first thing that stands out from the Thunder's win last night.
I think the first thing that stands out is the big three. Like I think it was maybe the best big three game we've seen this season. We've seen a few good ones. Of course, J-Dub is just getting back into the thick of things, and there's not a large sample size here, but I thought they were all excellent, and I thought it was kind of a fun deal because first quarter, Chet completely dominated. It was the Chet quarter. Second quarter, J-Dub completely dominated. Third quarter, Shea completely dominated. He had like 19 points in that quarter. So it's like they each took turns and then they all chilled in the fourth quarter for the most part. Shea, of course, didn't play the fourth quarter as he does. He's sat 14 fourth quarters and only played 12. But that's what stuck out to me was the big three in unison were all excellent last night against the Clippers.
Yeah, Chet had 22 after the third quarter. He finished the game with 22 as well. Didn't play much in that fourth, if at all. He had no, let me see. I want to say 18 points and 4 rebounds at halftime. He was incredible in the first quarter. I think he had 13 in the first. A couple of threes there in the first bit of the first quarter. Really was their offense to start the game. A little sluggish. The team looked like they hadn't played in like 4 days. So to start the game, they were kicking a little bit of rust off, but that was an incredible performance from Chet. Uh, I want to give a shout out to AJ Mitchell. 16 points, was in total control when he was on the floor, and I thought that unit with Caruso and AJ, with Shea still out on the floor, that's when the team really started to find some rhythm on offense, and AJ was a big part of that. Just such uh, reliable player, low mistake player.
Yeah, I thought AJ was awesome last night. 16 points. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and you talked about no mistake basketball from AJ. Only 1 turnover, and this is what AJ does. He plays efficient basketball, low turnover basketball, so smart. And he's only in his second year. And if you add up all his games, he's basically played half a season of basketball at this point. It's just so impressive. He also had 2 steals. I thought Isaiah Joe was also excellent last night. He had missed 4 straight games, jumps back in and hits 4 or 6 from three, 14 points in 22 minutes. So it was nice to have Isaiah Joe back. I think he would have been big, honestly, against the Spurs, especially because, the Spurs were trying to take away the paint from the Thunder, and Isaiah Joe is the Thunder's best outlet and spacer and shooter. He would have been nice to have. I'm not saying, the Thunder do or don't win with Isaiah Joe. I'm just saying he is a difference maker, and you can see the X factor that he is when he comes in. He looks better this year, and I think we all just kind of assumed that
Hmm.
Isaiah Joe was who he was. A great 41% from three shooter. This year, though, like his shot diet and the fact that he's just letting them fly from wherever he is and not thinking about it and not only taking open shots and great shots, he's taking some contested shots. He's taking some deeper shots. He's shooting on the move. He's got a quicker trigger. So yeah, it was nice to have Isaiah back. So I think it was the big three, AJ and Isaiah's night.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I love that. I love the that call out of Isaiah Joe. Just seems like an improved player this year. It's such a it's easy to take for granted that these guys will come back better, but to have someone that's been on the team for years now come back and look even more locked in on the defensive end after kind of dropping out of the playoff rotation towards the end there, the deeper they got into the playoffs last summer, like it's no guarantee that that kind of player is going to come back with that level of aggression and commitment to improve after what had just happened. Not to say that it's ultra rare of Isaiah, but I think it does speak to his character and his buy-in to this team that he would just go back to work and come back a better player after the way things ended, specifically for him and his minutes as the playoffs went on. But really impressive game last night. Just missed his spacing, missed his effect on the offense and the gravity that he puts on the offense when he's out there just to stand, just stretch it almost to the out of bounds line, right or left wing extended. What he does to the offense for Shea and really whoever he's out there with is immense. He's such a threat to shoot. So great to have him back. Quite to stick on the Christmas movie theme. Um, Grinch Stole Christmas. There, we had a lot of steals last night.
Yeah.
Um, Wanted to reference uh, Kaysen with five, J-Dub with two, Shea with two, Isaiah Joe with two, AJ Mitchell two, Caruso four, 18 steals,
Yeah.
29 total turnovers, 18 of them steals. Um, there were 7 players for the Clippers who committed at least 2 turnovers. Chris Dunn committed 6. I don't remember the last time a team forced 2 players, the other being Kobe Sanders, 6 turnovers. That's 12 just between 2 players. The Thunder do not average more than that per game as a team. Um, just insane the level that the defense hit there. End of the second quarter, they only gave up 22 points in the second quarter. And then the third quarter, you can speak to it more than me. You were in the room, but it just seemed like they hit that signature level that no other team can get to, where they're just forcing the ball out of the other team's hands and the game ends very quickly.
Yeah, it seems like there's almost always a stretch in every single game this season where the Thunder just decide you're not scoring. You might not even get across half court. we're just taking the ball, and it goes on for 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever it may be, and the game is over. Like it'll go from like a 7 point game to a 20 point game in just a couple of minutes, and it's always fascinating to watch. Like just turnover after turnover, steal after steal, fast break after fast break. And it happened in the third quarter. Of course, the crowd gets incredibly hyped and into it. J-Dub's hyping everybody up. It's fun to watch. It's exciting to watch. It reminds you of, that Warriors team where they would just bury teams. But with them, it was an avalanche of threes. With the Thunder, it's an avalanche of defense. But both teams bury you the same way. Um, you know, Last night, I think it's a combination of two things. No James Harden for the Clippers, so they didn't have a true playmaker, somebody who could, set everybody up and handle the ball and really control the offense. And then of course, the Thunder are just that good defensively, and they're that much, they're more athletic, quicker, faster, stronger, more aggressive, all those things than the Clippers are. And it's the second half against the Clippers. And if you look at the Clippers this season, they have led at halftime. They've lost 5 straight games. They're 6-21, but they have led at halftime like in a majority of their games. I guess they get tired. You know, it's kind of
Why,
like,
why would that why would that be, Brandon?
hey, I can speak to it. Like, I'm not going to throw them under the bus here because they're all about the same age as me. Uh, and so I know how it goes. Like when you're playing pickup basketball, those first few games, you're feeling good, you feel fresh, but then your team loses and you got to sit out for like 15, 20 minutes on that bench. And then when it's time for you to play again, you get up, you feel a little stiff, feel a little creaky. You're not moving quite as quickly or as fast as you were before. So I think it's something about that halftime, having to sit for like 12, 15 minutes. They feel a little creaky, a little stiff when they get back out there. And the Thunder are not. They are just getting warmed up. So it's kind of a perfect storm when these two teams meet to get a 29 turnover, 18 steal game.
That's the most turnovers any team has committed this season in the NBA is 29. I think I read it's the most for the Clippers for their franchise in a game since 2002. Really crazy. And yeah, Harden being out has a big part of that. Um, Kaysen last night after the game on uh, on the Thunder, fueling these big runs off turnovers. Quote, "It feels like we're taking life from the other team and they're ready to quit." That is exactly what it looks like.
That's
It
that.
looks like the other team's like, "Can we sim to the end?" Um, this is tough. Chet was asked about not getting a block last night, and I think he said, uh, let me find the quote here.
I think it was. I know what it is, but I won't say it because I don't want to mess it up. But I know what the
Here it is. Yeah,
paraphrase is.
he said, "quote You can't block a shot if you don't get a shot up."
Yeah, that's. I mean, he's exactly right. If you counted, and this goes for both Chet and Wimby, to be fair, and I think those two in particular more than any other player in the NBA. Like if you counted how many shots they just deter, like if you
Yeah.
counted how many times a player dribbles into the paint, sees Chet or Wimby, and then just checks out, like peace out, not gonna do it, not gonna put up a shot, and they either drive right back out. It's kind of like that Homer Simpson, or not the Homer Simpson gift, like that Simpsons gift of the grandpa
Yes.
that walks in, gets his hat, puts it back on, and walks right back out. That's like perfect for like when players see Chet in the paint. That's what they do. They're like, never mind. They'll either drive out or kick back out. So yeah, he's right. He's only averaging 1.5 blocks per game this season, but that does not at all do justice to how many shots he is deterring at the rim.
100%. Yeah, he's been fantastic, and guys aren't even trying him. Um, Zubac did try Shea last night, and it didn't it didn't go well. Shea with an incredible bit of vertical rim protection from a 6'6" guard. We've talked about this a bunch. Your team has a ceiling on it if your best player doesn't play defense or just won't commit to making effort plays on the defensive end. And this team has a Batman, so to speak, that is more than willing to play on that end and is actually incredibly effective on that end. And it leads to a ton of success both on and off the floor. But that was a really a really good way to get back on the floor, good way to get back in the win column last night after a tough loss on Saturday against San Antonio. Wanted to move us to a straw poll for MVP that ESPN's Tim Bontemps does every year. And it has Shea in the lead. This time last year, I don't think it was quite as big a margin as it is right now, but he is in first, Jokic second, Doncic third. Shout out to the one voter who has Shea fourth. Um, in, on his ballot, Shea received 57 of the 100 total first place votes, and Jokic getting 42 of those, and Luka getting one. They were the only three players to get a first place vote. But just your thoughts on as we start to tread possibly reluctantly back into another year of Shea and Jokic and potentially Luka MVP discourse.
So this is three straight seasons where Shea and Jokic have just lapped the field. They have clearly been the three best play or the two best players in the NBA for the last 3 years. Jokic won it. Shea was runner up a couple years ago. Shea won it. Jokic was runner up last year. And one of these guys is going to win it, and the other guy is going to be runner up this year. And, if anybody out there doesn't have Shea as the top two player, whether it's one or two or 1A, 1B, I don't know which I don't know how you can justify putting anybody over Shea or Jokic at this point. Like they're clearly the two best players in the NBA right now. And as far as the MVP voting goes right now, I think it should be Shea. The team is 25-2. Shea's efficiency is absurd. The fact that he's doing this on the volume he is, scoring, the efficiency, the low turnover rate, the defense that he brings, both sides of the ball, and the team wins. And the fact that he is, the reigning MVP and Finals MVP, I think he should be in the lead. Jokic is
Yeah, and
Jokic is obviously incredible. And if you want to argue for Jokic, I understand the argument. But I think the rate that the Thunder are winning at and the fact that players have been in and out of the lineup all season and the one constant has been Shea, I think it should be Shea.
yeah. Wanted to plug a Daily Thunder article written by Cray Allred. It talks all about this, laying out some early case for SGA, titled SGA is still the most valuable player. It's is a comprehensive look at the statistical breakdown of where he sits, not just for this year and the guys he's going up against, but historically, what his efficiency and his consistency mean, and where that puts him, against other guard seasons. Historically, it's really amazing, and a great read. So, dailythunder.com. Go check that out, give it a read, and next time you're in the threads, next time you're on the timeline, next time you're on Discord, next time you're on the Reddit on the Reddit comment section, just get in there with some Daily Thunder info from our guy Cray, and be the smartest guy in the thread. That's all. That's all really I have to say about the straw poll. It's early. It's early, and there's going to be lots to come, Brandon. We know that.
Yeah, it is. It's early, and these two teams don't play each other until February, which is nuts. And they'll
It's
play
crazy.
they'll play each other four times from February to the end of the year. And I just think that those matchups will probably sway some voters. Ultimately, I think if the Thunder win 70 games, Shea's going to win it. Like, how do you deny uh,
Right.
this scoring, this all around impact, 70 wins, the defense? Like, when you take it all into account, I don't know how you don't give it to Shea if they win 70 games. And, if they're 15 games above the Nuggets, just like we saw last year. I think it's got to be Shea. I just think it does. And if Shea wins back-to-back MVPs and he's an NBA champion and Finals MVP, he's going to get into some really interesting all-time conversations at 27 years old. It's, there's a long way to go. That's a lot of ifs. Still a lot of work to do, but it's obviously right there. Look, the Thunder are clearly the best team in the NBA. The Nuggets, to me, are still clearly the second best team in the NBA. So I think the biggest hurdle for the Thunder winning the championship are the Nuggets. And obviously the biggest hurdle for Shea going back-to-back MVPs is Jokic. So it's like Thunder Nuggets in both of these conversations. But if it happens, Shea will be in some very interesting conversations.
Yeah, it really is a historic MVP this year because another one for Jokic puts him in even more,
Oh, yeah.
rare conversations as well.
Yeah.
Exciting year. All right, Oklahoma City's back at it tonight. They're in Minnesota. Shout out to the NBA. Just walked backwards right into a second unnecessary back-to-back for the Thunder post NBA Cup. What a world. What a fun time. Good thing there's no other major sporting event happening for the state of Oklahoma tonight. So all eyes will be on the Thunder. But they're in Minnesota tonight. Still waiting to see if Anthony Edwards plays. He did not play in their most recent game, which would have been 2 nights ago against Memphis. They lost that game at home. We'll see if he plays. That will obviously be a big deal. So look for that this afternoon, that news. And then the game is an 8:30, if I have that correct. 8:30 tip-off on Prime. Yeah, 8:30 on Prime Video tonight in Minnesota. Uh, Wolves are 17-10. Thunder obviously 25-2. Should be a good one, regardless of whether Ant plays or not. But Brandon, as always, man, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Ryan, thank you for hosting. And yeah, tonight's going to be fun. Thunder Wolves, Sooners, tied. Fun night of sports for sports fans in Oklahoma, that's for sure. Thanks, Ryan.
Yes, sir. We will be back next week. This is the Daily Thunder Podcast.